I basically wanted to come to you, Merrady, because you always look so fresh. Your makeup always looks so good and so natural, and I have no idea what I'm doing when it comes to makeup.
Okay.
So I want to just get ready and show a look for a Valentine's Day date night that looks like really pretty, that looks romantic, and that it's also on trend.
I really want to try on Tata because she has these gorgeous green eyes. A red eyeshadow to really pop them. Red being the color of passion, being the patron color of Valentine's Day.
Love that.
We want to make sure that the skin is really beautiful, texture is really beautiful, so the eyes can be the star.
Okay.
So we're going to start, of course, with your regenerating cleanser.
Yes. I use it literally every day when I'm jet lagged and traveling. It's key. It's just, it must happen every day.
So if you're not sitting in a makeup chair, you can go a little further down the neck.
And into your chest like I do every day.
Exactly. So the tip I'm giving here is when you're going to do a slightly smoky eye, go ahead and use that time to mask your skin.
So we're gonna layer on top the resurfacing mask. And you know that these two products together, we call them the glow getter.
The glow getter.
Yeah.
I remember when you told me to do this, and I did it the first time, and I was like,
I know, it's like you can't stop doing it.
So Sappho makes individual colors and they're magnetic, and then you can put them in your own palette of choice, or they do palettes. So this is a color called Diane. It's just a basic, it's like that basic kind of vanilla shade every girl should own afterwards. So you can even see already, if it was just your everyday routine, how much that brightened her eye. So now we are going to go in with a really fun color from this brand, Rachel. You can see it. I'm starting out with the Kyoi's definition brush, but then I'm going to use the brush we used before to really buff out that color. So this application does not have to be perfect. We're just getting it onto the skin, basically. Look up. I'm just cleaning up the edge a little with my finger, but when we go in with our concealer and foundation, we can make that shape as clean as we want it.
Okay, so you do concealer and foundation after.
So now I'm going to use a shade, again from Sappho, called Beckett. This is another boring shade that everyone should have. It's sort of the perfect crease shade. See it? Now, not everyone needs to do this, especially if someone has hooded eyes, but it just kind of breaks up the eyelid so it's not too white.
Wow, that's a nice tip.
Isn't that pretty?
Yeah, I love it.
We're going to go in with an eyelash curler.
With a deep squeeze.
And that just opens up the lashes. That pops the eye.
Beautiful.
And anytime you're putting a color on your eye, adding the mascara is nice to add the contrast. So I'm using the Sappho mascara. This one's nice if you like a lot of
Sappho
definition.
Before.
Yeah, this is great for that individual definition.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, cool.
So on the bottom, instead of mascara, if you look up for me, I'm just going to dot this very gently.
Okay, wait. I wanna see what you're doing.
I'm just going to warm it up on my hand a little, and then just, it's a little wiggle.
I love it.
And you can do that with a brown or a black. We did a black today because you did a black mascara, but you can do it with any color. This is the Hint eyeliner in black.
Wow, that's cool.
She also makes a brown. If you wanted to go crazy, there's actually a burgundy pencil from Alima Pure, but I'm interested in giving some contrast now to the red.
Yes, yes. Oh, this looks like amazing. And I can't believe how easy this is.
It's like this. I'm wiggling it just because when the lashes are there, you kind of need to wiggle to get down to the skin.
All right.
But maybe a little lighter on the actual skin. It's more like little dots like this. And you can actually do that on the top lashes too if you ever want to just give a little something that you don't want a line.
Oh, that might be perfect for me.
Yeah,
I don't like to use mascara.
Yeah, you can even kind of go into the lashes on the top lash line, like almost underneath and in little dots, and it'll just give us like a little false lash effect.
Love.
Came out with several shades of brow pomade that actually has their growth serum in it. The thing with blondes is you don't want any red in the color, or else it's going to go with the red in your skin and look orange throughout the day. So you want a very ashy taupe, and it actually has growth serum in it, so it's going to nourish your brow hairs to be there.
I love the idea of nourishing the brows while you have pigment on.
So I'm just going to brush them into the shape I want them to be. You have a beautiful shape to your brow. This is a trick that Jennifer Lopez does when you use a color that's actually a little softer, especially with the red eye. It just gives it, kind of opens up the whole face. We'll do kind of a bronzier look on the skin. It's really pretty. You could use a color darker if you wanted to.
I think that this color that you put on looks Perfect.
It's really pretty. So this is the one that for blondes, it's called Golden Silk. And then you just brush it into place.
But hold on, and this comes with it?
It comes with the brush. So it
wow.
comes with an angled brush with the spoolie on the end. So you just are going to brush up in the front and then sort of up and back. Because it's
now they look so full. Like mine are always like tiny.
Fluffs them up a little
And I always
bit.
have
You
to
beautiful
extend them
brows.
a little bit here.
Yeah, we can add a little in the end, but your brows look great. Add a little bit more right in the front, right here. Very pretty.
And actually, like that little brush helps like just make the brow look wider, you know, because you're like extending it to its full length.
You also want to really make sure the product is worked in, you know, because if the product is just sitting on top, it looks like the brows are drawn on, but when you really brush it through and take that time, it looks more natural. So this did really brighten the skin tone. Everything's really even, and I can feel already it's very smooth and ready for me.
Yes, this is perfect to leave like a very even canvas to work off of.
We're getting into this really great time with skin. It's kind of starting in Asia, but coming over where people want their skin to almost look like glass. Like this very beautiful, dewy skin. And when you do this mask while you do your eye makeup, then you can really get your makeup to look super glowy.
Yes, always.
Okay, so now that your skin is all clean, we're gonna go ahead in with your beautiful hydrating floral essence.
You know that we ship hundreds of these products around the world during Fashion Week. Makeup artists are obsessed with this.
It's beautiful. So just really saturating the skin and getting it ready to accept. Next, so we're going to be doing the rejuvenating serum.
And you know that doing an essence before your serum makes that your serum penetrate so much better into
Exactly. It makes the pH of your skin a lot more receptive. It's just going to drink it in.
Yes.
It's exfoliated. There's no dead skin in the way.
The serums smell so good.
I love it. Beautiful. I wish you guys could smell this. So I like to give a little massage as well.
I'm not gonna complain.
Just to make whoever's in my chair love me a little bit more.
And also, we accumulate so much tension in the facial muscles throughout the day.
Women especially, right here.
Yeah, and like here, and between the brows, and it's nice to soften that up, especially if you're getting ready for your date night, right?
That's right. So I love your eye creams because you only need a little bit.
You do concealer or anything like that, it's so important so it doesn't.
I can't tell you how many people are like, my concealer is cakey, it doesn't look at it. Like, do you moisturize? Do you set it? And they're like, I'm like, your makeup only looks as good as the skin underneath it.
Exactly. And I feel that then what happens is that, yes, it'll conceal the dark circle, but then the concealer just sits in every wrinkle in your eye, and it like everything becomes more visible. No.
Yeah, exactly. No one wants cakey skin.
No.
Okay, so we're going in with the illuminating moisturizer, and we are actually going to. Oh God, this is pretty.
It's so pretty. I'm obsessed with
The
it.
texture is like who needs a primer when you have that? It's so beautiful. Best for Valentine's Day. He's not going to give you diamonds. Get them for yourself. Wear them on your face.
Absolutely. There you go.
All right, so I'm mixing in a little bit of the Vapor Organic Beauty Atmosphere Soft Focus Foundation. This gives a very candlelit effect. It's very sexy on the skin. So I'm using shade 123 on you, and I'm actually going to just cocktail it right in with the moisturizer for like a BB cream effect. This foundation has a soft focus effect, almost like an Instagram filter for your face, like your moisturizer does. So between the two of them, you're going to be extra flawless.
But it's so important to get the neck because then your face looks like a different color.
I encourage you to do this at home in your favorite silk robe.
Yeah.
Be comfortable. Get your skincare all the way down the décolleté so that it's glowing. The illuminating moisturizer looks so beautiful in the décolleté.
Yeah.
When you use a damp sponge like this, it kind of takes off the first layer of makeup, but also pushes it into the skin, so it's very synergistic. So you don't ever want to be cakey. This is just going to really push it in. There it is. Look at that glow on her skin. I'm using a little touch of the foundation by itself. Going over where you just have a little tiny bit of natural rosiness.
Yeah.
So the best advice I can give you for foundation Do not go full coverage from forehead to chin, ear to ear. And then where you need more coverage, then you go in just where you need it, and that's going to give you the most beautiful natural finish. If you want to just look like the best version of yourself and look, you know, have that sexy, touchable skin, then you gotta go lighter.
Like, I feel that it's hard to look fresh with so much makeup on.
It's true. So I'm using a little bit of the Olema Pure Concealer in Echo with the illuminating eye cream. So I like having a concealer that's a little drier with a good amount of pigmentation, but if you put that straight under the eyes, it might feel like too much.
Like too cakey, you mean?
Just too heavy. Typically, people are buying one concealer under their eyes, one to cover a blemish. So when you have something like this and you use your eye cream, you can change the coverage and the texture to suit different parts of your face. So I'm going to use like kind of a fluffier brush actually. I'm going to dip it and really saturate it with the concealer with the illuminating eye cream, just like that. So you get this sort of glowy, sheer, dewy concealer. I hope you have fun plans. You're looking bomb.
Yeah, I do actually.
That's the worst part about spending a lot of time getting ready is taking it all off. But I actually like getting ready more than going out. That's the funnest part for me. I do. I sit at my vanity, I put on good music, have a glass of something.
Well, that's when you enjoy just taking care of yourself, you know? I feel that that's good.
And then we're going to go just on her one little guy. And it's gone. And of course, we're going to set that with a little powder, because if you want your concealer to not move on a blemish, you have to add a little powder. Moving right along, we are going to use your shade of very popular, the Lip and Cheek. Okay. So I'm choosing this shade because it works with the shades of the eyes. It's sort of this beautiful nudie tone. And I also like that this color can be used to almost sculpt a little bit. So I'm actually going to go quite high on the cheeks and almost use it like a bronzer.
You know,
so I'm going to do a little more blush on Tata than you might do at home because I know she loves it.
Yeah, I don't mind. I'm not scared of it.
If you want to go light, you can. But you can see how this sort of nude tone works with the palette. And I'm actually using it almost like you would, not to contour, but I'm using it really to shape that cheek because this is kind of a sexy look. So it's really making the cheek very like,
oh, I see. You're going all the way
all the way up. So it's going to give this lift and be really sexy.
Wow, I didn't know that trick with all my love for blushes.
I'm losing light, now it's starting to pick up the glow. Pressing a little bit into the lips while I have it open. Again, I want the lips to just be two last steps. We are going to highlight you with the very highlighting cream.
Okay, were you like in the
It's going all over the place. It's going everywhere. Where isn't this going?
There you go.
I wish I could get to like more of your body. So yes, this is going to go. Now don't go under the eye. You want to go on the part of the bone of your cheek that sticks out the most. So sort of here.
Let's show that, like right there.
Here. So find the part of your cheekbone that sticks out the most, and then go on that, and then go kind of a C shape. What happens if you go on top of your cheekbone is it can start settling into any little fine lines, and we're not trying to catch the light under the eye. We're trying to catch the beautiful shape of your cheekbone. So it's on the top part, kind of the top of the plane of the cheekbone. And this is such a beautiful highlighter. This just looks like you're, again, well rested. We're going to put some on the Cupid's bow. We're going to go a little bit on the bridge of the nose. And actually, I like to hit just right here. You can't do this with a sparkly highlighter, but with this one you can. You can even kind of go on the sides of the chin.
Ah, that look good. On each side. I'm loving this. Like I don't look like I'm wearing makeup.
Of the eyes. Just using a brush, so I have a little bit of a nail right now. And then actually, I'm going to take it just on the top of that brow bone. And you can actually take this close, very lightly, right on the ball of the eyelid, right in the center. And I know she is super dewy. We are going to take a tiny bit of powder, not a lot. Ooh, that is beautiful. Okay, so I'm using a little bit of setting powder from Hint. I like this one because it's very finely milled and it doesn't make you dry. And I'm using a little tiny eyeshadow brush, a little fluffy brush. Look up for me. So when you set the concealer under your eyes, this keeps your eye makeup in place all night. It keeps your concealer from creasing. We're going to just do this a little bit through the center. And that highlight will still come through. We're going to do it around the nose because we put concealer there. And we're going to right anywhere you concealed a blemish, you better powder it. That's how you keep it in place all night. But see how much easier it is to be strategic with a small brush?
Wow, I can't believe that I cannot see that.
And then the last step is using this damp beauty blender again, and actually, this is one of my favorite tricks. Moisturize it with your hydrating oil essence. And then we're going to just blot this all over the skin. Sort of re-moisturize it so you still get the setting effect of the powder, but it's not going to look dry at all.
And it doesn't remove the makeup?
Nope. Because it's damp. If you go in with a dry sponge, it's going to take everything off. But when you use a damp sponge, and we just re-dampened it with your beautiful essence. And that,
Oh, this looks so pretty.
that's it. Do you want to let your hair down and look? Ooh, very